Hi, welcome to my channel. So glad that you're here. Today we're going to do a little talk with Joe. We were just discussing things about hair and the state of hair that it's in today. What is hair doing today, like all over the world, or what is it doing just for the damaged hair people? We want to know. So we're just sitting here talking about some things, and I thought maybe I should clue you guys in on this because it's just good to understand how a follower feels, and it also is good to maybe clarify some of the things that I'm trying to share with you or teach you. Remember, my channel is about damaged hair and conditioning. I specialized in conditioning for over 30 years when I owned beauty salons in Boulder, Colorado. So if you are new today, we've had Jo on a couple of times before, and she answered a lot of questions about how she transitioned into taking her damaged hair and getting control of it. So thank you, Jo, for coming today.
Thanks
How
for
are
having
you?
me. I'm
You
doing
look
good.
great.
Oh, thank you.
Your
Thank
hair
you.
looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It looks thicker
It is.
just from the last time.
It is. It definitely feels thicker, and it's so healthy.
Yeah, it looks
It's healthy.
healthy. It tells it. Yeah, you were saying that you got a compliment the other day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, my sister, my best friend, we go out, and she says, "Oh, it's always you look good, you look great." But the other day I seen her, and she said, "Geez, Jo, your hair is getting long." And I said, "Thank you." And I thought to myself, like, you know what?
It's gaining length.
It is.
It's not
gaining
breaking.
length. It's not breaking. And it's just, that to me, that means it's healthy. It's on its way, on its own healthy journey.
Yes.
I
I like that. Your own journey.
Yes.
That's really what it's about.
Yes.
Because no one gets out of their damage the same way.
No.
But everyone takes control of their damage the same way.
Yeah.
And I just love the way you transitioned out of your old ways.
It was rough in the beginning, but I know that I want results that I want. So in order for me to get the results that I want, I need to spend some time, and I need to take care of my hair, and I need to know what kind of hair I have and what kind of damage I have so that I can reverse some of those things and end up with the end result that I really like.
Yes, that's true. And all you need is a little advice to help you think in a different way. We always are conditioning. We always buy the shampoo with the conditioner.
Right.
But then we just don't follow through on everything we can do to get the best out of our conditioners.
Yes.
And I think that's where people fail in what I call conditioning in the dark. When you're just conditioning, but you don't know why, you don't know what results you're looking for.
Right. It's that repetitive motion. You just do it, and you hope for different results, but you're not going to get the different results unless you are doing it properly.
Mm-hmm.
And with some of the knowledge that I have now, and great product, I've learned that, you can reverse the damage. You can get to where you want to get to. You just have to put in the time and the effort and, do what you need to do to condition and to moisturize and,
but also to learn about your damage. I think that's a big part of it too.
Yeah, my hair was way damaged more than I thought it was.
But you couldn't put labels on it? Is that what it was? What do you think that when you were at your most damaged? What do you think that you were doing wrong? In other words, before you knew about your damage.
Well,
you just knew you were damaged.
I think that first off, my damage was just damage. I didn't know exactly what damage was, except for it was a whole umbrella blanket.
Yeah. Everybody says that.
And then eventually I realized that my damage is, it's from multiple things that I do on a daily. But I needed to step back, learn a little bit about how I got there, and figure out how I needed to reverse some of those things.
That's right.
And initially it was a little difficult in the beginning because it takes some time, but because I've been doing this now for quite some time,
it's gotten years.
Yeah, about 2 years now. It's gotten easier. I've gotten into the routine, and it doesn't affect my day or the time that I need. I cut out the time to do it, and for me, my results are great.
Yeah, and then when you get the results, you feel as if you've progressed.
Yes.
You feel the dryness go away. You feel like, okay, I know my ends are messed up, but the rest of my hair needs to stay moisturized and protected, but I also need to stabilize the ends. How did you incorporate the heat capping? I know a lot of people just don't want to take out time for the heat capping. How was that when you first got the heat cap in your box?
Well, and when I first started it, I thought to myself, oh, there's no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is going to take forever. I can't do this. And you know what? You sit, you play on your phone, you watch TV, you prep for dinner. At any of those moments, you can just put on your heat cap and still do what you need to do.
That's right.
You're not confined to having to sit somewhere like it was years ago.
Right.
You don't have to just sit there and idle. You can still move about the house and do what you need to do.
Now, that's very true.
Yeah.
I've even put an extension cord on my conditioning cap.
Yes, yeah. And it doesn't, if you're dedicated to it, you can make it work. If you want that, you can make it work.
True.
Yeah.
True. That's true. If you want to add it in.
Yeah.
So how did your frame of mind, like for instance, after you actually did the heat cap or the conditioning, deep heat conditioning, tongue-tied here, after you did it, what did you think about, was it that you liked it in the beginning, or that could you see results in the beginning when you first did your heat cap? Did you say, oh, well, it feels better?
Yeah. And when I first did it, I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll see how this goes. It did feel a little bit better, but I wasn't impressed.
You're right.
I wasn't impressed.
Exactly. I know everybody wants, heat cap does that.
Yeah, everybody wants instant gratification. You think you're going to do it once and it's magic. Ooh, it's all going to go away. No.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I did it the first time, I thought to myself, okay, well, I can see a little bit, but it's worth putting in some time to see what it can truly do for me.
That's true.
And once I did that,
you said now you find that it's relaxing.
It is. Yeah. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I cut out my time for the day, and I know when I'm going to do it, and I know, what I can do while I'm doing it. And it's a little meditating. Yeah. And who doesn't love self-love? I mean, just as you take a little extra time to do your nails or your toes or your evening regimen on your face, you're getting dressed, and all those things that you do to take care of yourself, you could spend a little extra time taking care of your hair too.
I think people do take care of their hair. I just think that, I think everyone allows the hair time because everybody goes out with some type of style.
Right.
But I just think that they don't recognize damage, and they'll live with it. Right. How long were you living with your damage?
All my life.
That's a long time.
A long time. I mean, years
and years. I'm surprised
you
changed.
Right? Years and years. But I didn't know the type of damage until I got education on it. Yeah. I just knew in my head I just had bad hair. I just had bad hair. Well, I didn't have bad hair. Right. I just needed to properly learn how to protect what I had and then maintain that. Yeah. And once I got to that point and I had all that information, now
it's good.
It's good. It's a breeze. It's part of my routine.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
It does feel like it's stressful at first because you forget your brushing and you go, oh, I got to remember to brush.
Yeah, and the brushing was how would I say that? It was annoying in the beginning.
I know my clients complain about that.
But you know what? The results that you get from the brushing, and then eventually it's not annoying. It becomes natural.
And it becomes exercise.
Right.
Your scalp just wants to be brushed.
Right.
It's
it feels so good when you do that.
Very relaxing.
It
you
is
get
relaxing.
So much out of brushing. You get relaxation. You get, nice, tight hair follicles because you have an opening to the hair follicle.
Right.
So when you brush, you're moving that hair and that muscle around the hair shaft. And, of course, that exercises it.
Right. And then the shine, too. Yeah. The shine. Because when you brush, it pulls all that oil from that sitting there. It brings it all down, and it just makes your hair feel better. And it helps the
scalp slough away from the scalp slough off the old skin.
Right. And let's talk about the growth that it promotes.
Yes.
Let's talk about the growth. Because I know we started talking about that earlier a little bit here. But the growth, because now that I brush so much, I mean, my hair was at a point where it was so damaged, it was just breaking. It didn't matter how much brushing I was doing. I thought the brushing was doing me more harm than it was doing me good.
That does feel that way.
But now that I realize the brushing it's the
definitely
reverse.
Not
it's definitely doing so much better for my hair, for my scalp, than I ever thought it would be.
Yeah.
And again, my sister said the other day, geez, Joe, look at how long your hair is getting. And I was just like, oh, okay, I like this. It's great when you notice it. It's good when you notice it. but it feels so much better when other people do.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because people don't know what they're looking at. They don't know if it's a product. They probably think it is.
Right.
They probably don't think it's a change of your habits.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I was going to also talk about how at one point when you are, healing, or when you're, should I say, slowing down the damage before you can stop it, you slow it down. And, you have to compromise with hairstyles.
Yeah.
You kind of have to say this is a transitional style. You never got too far away from your original
No,
hairstyle.
I didn't, because my hair is long, so I've always kept my hair down, for the most part. Years, when you're lazy, you just pull it up, or you don't have time, you just pull it up, and that's one thing. But I do like my hair down. I do like my hair long. So I've got a winter and a summer kind of style.
Okay, that's good.
The winter, my hair is down, it's straight, I style it. In the summertime, I just kind of pretty much put my product in, do what I need to do to take care of my hair health, and then just leave my hair, just let it go like that, and it's just,
So how long? Your hair is very long. How long are you heat capping?
I heat cap for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Once a week.
Oh, that's nice.
Once a week.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's not that much.
No.
I mean, think about how long it takes for you to, put on your makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Before you style your hair. You put on your makeup.
Get your jewelry.
You get your stuff, everything together. By the time you're done with that, your heat cap is done.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true. Now it's ready to go ahead and, do your style and do what you need to do at that point. It doesn't take much time, but you have to find the time if you want it.
Now, are you using the mini conditioners?
I use a mini conditioner on the in-between. I shampoo once a week, which at first was something that was really weird for me, because, every time you get in the shower, you shampoo.
Yes.
No, I found out that shampooing on a daily is doing way more damage to my hair, with the knowledge. It's damaging my hair. It's drying my hair out. It's not giving my hair the time that it needs to restore itself.
That's right.
So I only shampoo once a week. And in between, I do my mini conditioners here and there. And it just maintains me throughout the week. And
great. So you're using a conditioner, not rinsing out.
Yep.
You're using the little spray bottle with the conditioner in it.
Yes, I do.
See, those will save you.
Those
they kind of put back what you take out daily.
Yeah, and it's the little things, you don't think about it. Oh, just the conditioner and the spray bottle. You spray.
Yeah.
2-3 minutes, and you look
dry.
Nice and fresh all over again.
That's true.
You have to just give it a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And it takes time to get to where I'm at.
Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight.
Right.
But,
like you said, it took time
to
damage it.
It takes time to damage your hair.
To stabilize it.
Time to stabilize it just the same. And if you're
I think
dedicated
people
to it,
do
you'll
get
get it.
impatient.
Yeah, again, instant gratification, but that instant isn't what got you here.
That's right.
And that instant isn't want to get you where you want to be.
That's true. And if you have to cut your hair real short, those mini conditioners are really a lifesaver.
Yeah,
for helping those ends not get in trouble.
That was something that I had a big problem with, was my ends. And they were just fried and brittle and frizzy and just horrible looking. And, with the mini conditioners and then the heat cap and the time and the regimen that I have,
it works.
It works.
It works.
It works.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then you can step back and say, I'm meeting my hair goals.
Yes. Yes.
Do you think that family members, you look at family members and you want to, how can I put it? You want to help them. You want them to be more, like you, stable and more conditioning and change their brushing habits. But the family members are not willing to change. Right. And you sit back and go, oh, I wish I could help, but I know better.
First off, just make sure you know which family member you're talking to.
That's right.
We all know how that is.
That's right.
But you know what? Yeah, I look at some of them and I'm like, oh,
mine too.
I can help. I could help. Yeah. Just listen to me.
That's right.
Listen to me. Yeah. A lot of people aren't receptive to it.
Because they think it's an individual thing.
Right.
They think it's not a
it's you, it's not me.
Yeah. But when we look at hair damage today, it's more serious than it's ever been.
Right.
So I like the fact that you're giving hair a voice, damaged hair a voice.
Yeah.
To know that people are sitting at home dissatisfied with their hair. I think you spoke about not liking your hair at a point.
Oh,
And then you fell in love with it. So you got to
I
find how to
for
fall in love
years,
with your hair again.
right, for years, being from East Coast, West Coast, now here, I lived in different climates. It took a toll on my hair. I've had a couple kids. It took a toll on my hair.
Very true.
I fell ill. Medications. It took a toll on my hair.
That's
Daily
right.
medications, lack of vitamins, not having enough, not being hydrated enough.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a toll on your. All these things that we do shows up in your hair.
It does.
And you have to recognize where your damage is coming from.
That's right.
When you could recognize where the damage is coming from, then you'll have enough knowledge on how can I reverse this?
That's
how
right.
can I fix this?
That's right.
And
so many people are into reversing their health issues. It's crazy that they don't think about that with their hair issues.
Right.
They just kind of get into this one zone, and that's usually going from one product to one product. What do you think about men? I think men are really slow at conditioning and will definitely go bald in a minute.
Yeah, you know what? For men, I think it's, society tells them it's okay to go bald.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if you
And
don't like
you
it
said,
to shave
it is
it off.
okay if you want to.
It is.
Right.
It is okay if you want
you're
to.
still sexy.
But if you really are like you as a man, if you're going to shave and you really don't want to shave, there are other options.
True.
There are other options.
That's true.
You don't have to shave. You
That's
don't
right.
have to go bald. What
That's
you
right.
have to do is figure out what the problem is with your hair,
Mm-hmm.
where your damage is, and what you're willing to do to keep good hair. What
And
you're
also-
willing to do to
And
reverse
also
that.
change your point of view on how men should look. Like, for instance, my clients, I had a full men clientele. They all heat capped. They had
All
to.
right.
They had to. And I have pictures of men being underneath the heat cap.
Right.
And we thought it was so funny. The ladies would just laugh because they're like, the guy is using the heat cap. And so guys don't picture themselves deep conditioning.
Right.
And so that's the problem with my son. He doesn't deep condition. He's like, I'll be cutting it off in a little bit, Mom. Don't worry about it.
Right. Well, listen, my opinion, hair is hair, whether it's on a man or a woman.
And there are men who want their hair.
Right.
And they're long.
Right.
That's right.
And if
And they're willing
one
to do the work.
can deep condition hair, so can the other.
That's right.
And it's just a matter of what you
you
want.
It's just like the women. It's
Right.
what you want. If you want your hair long as a man, then you have to do just what we do to keep it healthy, keep it nutritious, keep stabilizing it, protecting it from the sun.
Right.
So yeah, this is crazy that men don't picture themselves as deep conditioning, but they don't picture themselves with makeup, and that's kind of common now.
Right.
And fake hair for men is getting great. I mean, they have the lace fronts too.
Yeah. Listen, if that's your thing, then that's your thing.
Yeah.
No one is not gonna knock it.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
if you are doing that, man or woman,
That's right.
if you're doing braids or you're doing, a sew-in or a glue, whatever it is,
Mhm.
if you're doing all that to cover up because you don't like what's under there,
Mm-hmm.
you can change that.
That's true.
You have to control.
That's true.
It's
And
up-
you
it's
can
up to
find
you.
the beauty in your own hair.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Whether it's long or short, it doesn't matter. It's your beauty.
I think the confidence that you gain with this, you automatically feel proud of your hair because
Yes.
of the confidence you gain from all the work you do.
Oh yeah.
You know that you're working at it.
Oh yeah.
And so when people say, "Oh, your hair looks nice,"
Oh,
it's like,
oh,
"Yeah, I
thank
paid
you,
off.
Thank you.
It paid off."
Just like buying that brand new car. You go out there, you work, you bust,
Yeah.
you buy a brand new car, and you're driving around like you it.
Yeah.
Because you got that car. Well,
That's right.
it's the same thing with your hair, You take care of your hair, you fix it, you do what you need to do. When you walk out that door, you hold your head high because you are it.
That's right.
You
That's
feel
right.
good, you are it.
Do you see other people when you go out in public? You see other people and you're like, "Oh, I wish I could." You're very thin. I wish I could tell you to brush, or you're very thin. I wish I could tell you to deep condition, or you're like, "Oh my God, her hair is so frizzy and dry."
The crazy thing is that happens.
Oh,
That
really?
happens. Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, no. Can I help? She needs help. Like, only because I now have the knowledge that I have can I look at someone and go, you need to brush.
Yeah.
Or, I bet if you deep condition, once or twice a week or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, you wouldn't be so dry. Or,
Well, people will talk to me and they don't even know me, and they will talk to me about their hair. And sometimes I'll say, well, you're supposed to brush. I know when I say that, you see the frown on their face immediately, like, what? I got to brush? What do you mean?
Oh, brushing. Oh, when I first started
Yeah.
brushing, it was just.
And then the ones that have the longer hair, I see maybe standing at a grocery store line, and they have this gorgeous hair. And I thought it would be so much more gorgeous if she conditioned it.
Right.
It's all kind of frizzy or it's kind of tingly, you could tell.
Right.
But you know that they've got, they're not far off.
Right.
They're just not, I think sometimes we fall layers of damage. So
Yeah.
we don't do anything about the thinning, and we don't do anything about the dehydration. And by the time we turn into medication and
Right.
diabetic, our hair is trashed and can't take it.
Right.
Hair should be able to go through surgery with you and come out of surgery with you. And just like you stabilize behind surgery, your hair should too.
Right.
But a lot of times what happens is that, like you said, we have a baby or we go to surgery, and then our hair doesn't come back from that.
Well, I don't know why it's the one thing that we really, we don't pay attention to. We don't care for as much, whether it be coming out of surgery or medications or babies or the elements and stuff like that. Like, why, we'll put lotion on our skin when it's dry outside. What'd you do about your hair?
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to moisturize your skin, yes, but what'd you do about your hair? Because your hair needs it just the same.
Yeah.
We forget that we need to take care of our hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, one day you look at your hair and it's thinning. It's just
okay,
like, no,
it went
it's
away.
not. You can fix that thinning.
That's right.
When you notice it, you can fix it.
That's right.
And then you leave it alone.
And a lot of people don't see the ailments either. I had a client, and she was just in physical therapy. She had some hip issues, and it was definitely affecting her hair. It was even on the same side as the bad hip.
Oh.
But she didn't connect the two, so she just went on with that. So that became a layer of her damage.
Right.
So then when you get to a person, you'll find that several things got them to that damaged state.
But they didn't recognize it.
That's right.
So that's
So
the
now
thing.
we
We
have
got to
say,
recognize
all right,
it, pay attention.
Let's correct the medication. Let's correct the diet change. Diet changes that are severe enough can affect your hair too.
Right.
So I just don't think people think about, oh, my ankle's broke, my hair is going to stress out.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it just doesn't click in. I think I have here, it was, I think a lot of people sometimes do not like their own hair. And you said that you were upset with your hair, but some people really wish they were not born with their hair.
Well, you know what? You always want what you can't have.
Yeah.
And growing up where I grew up, with the hair that I have, I was made fun of it because of my hair. I was picked on. My hair was not something that, nobody said, hey, I want your hair, Joe.
Okay, that's right. Okay,
nobody wanted mine.
You kind of got an ugly picture of your hair early. That is a good point.
And as I grew up, I still didn't like it. I didn't like it. It wasn't until lately, the last few years now, I was like, okay, all right, I love my hair, but I don't like it because it's damaged. How do I get to a point where
it's not
I
dry
can like
looking and
know.
Holding a curl and not
Right.
breaking and things that you stress out. If you get too many stresses, then your hair is just one big stress mode.
Right.
And that's not good.
Well, for me, what I do with that is I will massage, whether it's in the shower, I take a couple extra minutes to massage the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
And the brushing,
Yeah,
go back to the brushing, go back to the brushing. I brush.
I don't get upset with you, Joe.
No, I'm sorry.
They don't like it when I tell them.
Listen, I got some results here to show you. Like, it does. It works.
It really does.
It
really
works.
does. If they would, and men too.
Yeah.
Just get a brush and brush all the time.
Yeah.
And they will see a difference as well.
Many years ago, we all know that kid in the neighborhood that always had a brush in his hand.
That's right.
Right? And
That
he
was
always had good hair.
That's right.
He always had good hair.
That's true.
That's
true. It used to be where everyone had a brush.
Yeah.
Now it's only vent brushes.
Yeah.
They don't really have a bristle brush.
Well, I think the vent brushes pull your hair out and yank it out more than anything.
Well, those novels on the end of the bristle, the end of the brush, you're right, the vent brushes do get in trouble with that. But if you buy a nice one, they're really nice and they're really great at not making your hair tight. So I see why everybody loves them. I love them.
Right.
But
It's them brushes are okay, but when you talk about hair care and hair wellness,
you have to have it.
You have to have that bristle brush.
Yeah.
You know
That's
which one we're talking about, the one your mama hit you in the
That's
head with?
right.
That's the one.
Hold still. Come here. I enjoyed talking with you today.
Oh, me too.
I really am hoping that some of the things that we talked about will help you guys, because you get a different opinion if we're just sitting here talking about the topics of hair care. And if you think about the subjects of hair care, you realize that it's generational. And sometimes we just don't try to change what we think we already know. So I'd like you to have an open mind like Joe and change and take control of your damaged hair. I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for staying. I also would like you to push the like button. Keep sending your emails. I really appreciate them. They keep the channel going. I do have free subscription to subscribe, so that'd be great if you'd like to do that. And I'll see you next post. I always try to post on Fridays, and I hope to see you there soon so we can continue to learn more about how you can take control of your damaged hair. Now go have a good hair day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.